What if the life you meticulously built, the success you so proudly claimed, was merely a stage set by someone else, and the most shocking revelation was not a betrayal, but a truth you were never meant to discover? Welcome, dear listeners, to Narrated by Abby, where we delve into the intricate webs of power, deception, and the ultimate unraveling of carefully constructed lives. Elijah and Simone Vance were the epitome of black excellence. Their sprawling estate, nestled in the exclusive hills of Malibu, boasted panoramic ocean views, an infinity pool that merged seamlessly with the horizon, and a collection of contemporary art that rivaled a small museum. Elijah, a finance guru, was a whirlwind of bespoke suits, international flights, and high-stakes deals, his name synonymous with success in the cutthroat world of Wall Street. Simone, on the other hand, preferred the quiet hum of her home office, her brilliance channeled into a thriving but discreet online consulting business. They were a power couple, admired and envied, their lives a testament to ambition and achievement. The only missing piece, it seemed, was a child, a void they had, over the years, learned to live with. Enter Isabella. Young, strikingly beautiful, with eyes that held a dangerous glint of ambition, she moved through the city's elite circles with the grace of a predator. She had set her sights on Elijah, not out of love, but out of a burning desire for the soft life she believed was her birthright. She watched Simone from afar, dismissing her as a lazy stay-at-home wife who didn't deserve the opulent lifestyle she effortlessly commanded. Isabella was convinced that she, with her sharp wit and undeniable allure, was far more suited to the role of a finance titan's wife. The affair began subtly. A stolen glance here, a lingering touch there, escalating into clandestine meetings in luxurious hotel suites. Elijah, flattered by Isabella's overt admiration and the thrill of the forbidden, found himself drawn into her orbit. He enjoyed the attention, the feeling of being desired, a stark contrast to Simone's quiet, self-contained demeanor. Isabella, ever the strategist, quickly realized their lack of children was her golden ticket. She knew Elijah yearned for an heir, a legacy beyond his financial empire. Not long after, she announced her pregnancy. Elijah was ecstatic. The news ignited a paternal spark he hadn't known existed. He showered Isabella with gifts, promises of a future, and whispered dreams of a son. Yet, despite his excitement, he made no move to make their relationship public, nor did he suggest divorcing Simone. Isabella, though frustrated by his hesitation, remained confident. She was carrying his child, his heir. Surely, it was only a matter of time before he cast aside his barren wife and embraced his new family. Months passed. Isabella's pregnancy became undeniable, her belly a growing testament to her perceived victory. Impatient and emboldened, she decided to take matters into her own hands. She packed a small bag, hailed a car, and drove directly to the Malibu estate, intending to shame Simone out of her beautiful home, to announce her triumph with a flourish. She imagined Simone's tears, her humiliation, her desperate pleas. It would be glorious. She arrived at the imposing gates, her heart pounding with a mixture of anticipation and triumph. The gates swung open silently, revealing a manicured driveway leading to the sprawling mansion. Isabella, with a confident stride, walked up to the grand entrance and rang the bell. Simone herself answered, her elegant figure framed by the ornate doorway. Her eyes, usually serene, widened slightly at the sight of Isabella's visibly pregnant form. Isabella, taking a deep breath, delivered her carefully rehearsed lines, her voice dripping with feigned sorrow. "I'm pregnant with Elijah's child," she declared, her gaze unwavering, expecting a gasp, a cry, a collapse. Instead, Simone dissolved into a fit of uncontrollable laughter. Not a polite chuckle, but a deep, resonant, almost hysterical peal of laughter that echoed through the grand foyer. Isabella stood frozen, her carefully constructed facade cracking. Simone, still laughing, wiped a tear from her eye. "Come in, dear," she managed to say, her voice still laced with mirth. "You must be tired. Please, come in." Isabella, bewildered but still clinging to her sense of victory, stepped inside. Simone led her to a lavish guest suite, complete with its own private balcony and a breathtaking view of the ocean. "Make yourself comfortable," Simone said, her smile enigmatic. "Elijah will be back from his short trip soon. He'll be surprised." Isabella felt a strange sense of unease. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Simone wasn't crying, wasn't screaming, wasn't packing her bags. She was welcoming. It felt wrong. unsettling, but Isabella, blinded by her ambition, convinced herself that Simone was simply in shock, that her plan was still unfolding perfectly. She had won. She had to have won. Elijah returned from his trip a day later, his mind still buzzing with the details of his latest deal. He walked into his home, expecting the usual quiet elegance, and instead found Isabella, pregnant and comfortably ensconced in his guest room. His jaw dropped. What is she doing here?" he stammered, looking from Isabella to Simone, who stood calmly by the fireplace, a faint smile playing on her lips. Simone's smile widened. "She's here to announce her pregnancy, darling," she said, her voice deceptively sweet. "She says it's yours." As the story began to unravel, the truth emerged, piece by shocking piece. The Malibu estate, the art collection, the very company Elijah ran, it all belonged to Simone. She was not merely a stay-at-home wife. She was the true financial powerhouse, the silent architect of their immense wealth. Elijah was merely the public face, the charismatic frontman for Simone's vast and intricate financial empire. He had been living in a gilded cage, a luxurious illusion, believing he was the master when he was merely a highly paid employee. And the kicker? The reason they didn't have children. The same day Isabella had arrived to announce her pregnancy, the doctor had called Simone with the definitive results of their fertility tests. Elijah was infertile. There was no way the baby Isabella was carrying could be his. The uncontrollable laughter that had so bewildered Isabella was Simone's reaction to the cosmic irony, the perfect, devastating punchline to Isabella's audacious scheme. The baby, it was revealed, was not Elijah's. Isabella, in her desperate bid for the soft life, had arranged the pregnancy with her own boyfriend, a man who was in on the plan from the very beginning, a co-conspirator in her elaborate deception. Elijah, stripped of his perceived power and exposed as a fraud, stood stunned, his world crumbling around him. Isabella, her grand plan spectacularly backfiring, was left with nothing but her shattered ambitions and a very real pregnancy that was now a liability. Simone, the quiet, unassuming wife, emerged as the true victor, her intelligence and foresight having protected her from a betrayal that could have destroyed a lesser woman. The story concluded with Simone, serene and unyielding, reclaiming her life and her empire, leaving Elijah to face the consequences of his arrogance and Isabella to grapple with the bitter taste of her own deceit. It was a stark reminder that true power often lies not in the loudest declarations, but in the quiet strength of those who truly hold the reins. If this tale of intricate deception, unexpected twists, and the ultimate triumph of quiet power left you breathless, then you're in the right place. Support Narrated by Abi by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting that notification bell so you never miss a moment of truth. Your support helps us bring these compelling narratives to life.